So we get out on the road, and obviously there's speed limits and signs and rules that you have to obey. More than that, there are some common courtesies about being out on the road. And when we as truck drivers, we have a big responsibility. We got a big piece of equipment here. It goes fairly fast. We got a lot of weight, and there's a lot of traffic, and there's a lot of stuff going on around us. What are some of the courtesies and some of the things that we should be doing when we're out on the road? I'm gonna open the gate here, and we're gonna go for a ride, and we're gonna talk about this. All right, so we found the road. It was right where I left it, right out here. I've said this 100 times in other videos, and I'm gonna say it again today, and it's the number one, I don't know if it's like a pet peeve of what it is, but it's something that we as truck drivers should be aware of, and we should be conscious of as it's happening. And it's watching cars come down the on-ramp to merge out onto the highway. I don't know how many times I've seen, just like him, a driver putting along, not paying any attention, a car comes down, and yes, it is the car's responsibility to merge. It is not a law that we need to get out of their way and let them merge onto the highway. It is their responsibility to merge safely onto the highway. But we've all been there. There's a lot of traffic. There's so much going on around. That person's coming down the ramp. You know what? If you can, you're not required to, but if you can, move over. If you've got the space, there's nothing around you, move over. If you can't move over, you know what? If you got your cruise on, kick your cruise off for a couple of seconds, back out of it, let the person merge safely onto the highway. They can bugger off and be gone. You can throw your cruise back on and you can carry on down the road. I don't want to have to say this again in any more videos in the future, but on-ramps coming down the highway, you know, I've been in an incident where, you know, a person came down the on-ramp and I don't know, daydreaming, looking out the window, whatever, wasn't really paying attention to that car. And she came down and she just pulled right out in front of me. She had 2 kids in the back of the car and she was so close to the front of my truck, I could tell that both of those kids were sitting there playing on computer devices. I couldn't tell you what game they were playing, but that's how close I was.
On average, truckers lose $4,500 a year in tax savings due to lost receipts. Let's start eliminating paper, no more data entry, save your time and money while increasing your tax savings. M7 Taxes can do all that when they set you up into QuickBooks Online, allowing you to easily submit your receipts, and M7 Taxes handles the rest. They specialize in taxes for both truck drivers and owner-operators in the US and in Canada with 13 locations to choose from. They are here to provide tools to help your business thrive and drive forward in the trucking industry. Book an appointment now and speak with one of their experts to take advantage of their limited time offer of 6 months QuickBooks Online free subscription. Click the link in the description below.
I guess the next thing is tailgating. We don't tailgate in a big truck. I've seen guys do it. It's called bullying. You put the nose of this truck up on the back of a Toyota Corolla, they're gonna get out of your way. Or they'll switch lanes, and it's called bullying. We can bully cars around just basically on the sheer size of our trucks and our vehicles, but it is not safe and it's not smart. One day you're gonna get that one guy that's gonna be an ass and he's gonna brake check you and you're gonna roll right up the back of him, right down the front of him and kill him. Don't bully cars. Do not tailgate. Remember, you're 80,000 pounds. It takes 3 football fields for you to come to a complete stop. Okay. As you can see, we are not sitting in the truck. We've lost the truck. We had to hand the truck over to Alex. He was doing, he's gonna do a safety on it for me. So I'm sitting here in Ronan's office. Not too shabby, but not really my style here. Let's check something else out. This ain't bad either. What else we got? Yeah, this'll work. This'll work. Your high beams, man. High beams. I don't know how many times I've been driving and somebody hits me with those high beams, with those LED lights. You basically burn the retinas right out of my eyes. I am old. I am not young. I don't have young eyeballs. You hit me with those LEDs or those HID high beams, it's blinding. And it's not just blinding to the point where, oh, I can't see for that moment. With me, It takes a couple of seconds, believe it or not, for my vision to clear out when you guys hit me with those. If you don't need your high beams, or if you do need your high beams, by all means use them. But when oncoming traffic is coming, remember, turn them off. We don't need to be blinded. And the same goes for me. I will do the same for you. If I see you coming around the corner, I see another light's coming, I'll turn my high beams off. Your fog lights. The fog lights now are HID and LED as well. If it's in the middle of the day or if it's in the evening and you've got your fog lights on, I have to ask you why. Why do you have your fog lights? Fog lights are for fog. If it's a nice clear night and you've just got your fog lights on because you like that little extra light on the front of the road in front of you, turn them off, guys. You don't need them. Turn them off. Don't get me wrong. If you're in the fog or you're in inclement weather and you need your fog lights, by all means use them. I do. But if you don't, turn them off. Hey guys, just a quick side note here. Doesn't matter if you're Canadian, doesn't matter if you're an American. If you are buying a new truck and you require financing, I want you to go to the bottom of this page and hit that link. It'll take you 20 seconds to fill it out. Once that is filled out, it's gonna go out to 5 different companies, 5 different finance companies. They are gonna fight for your business. Remember, you're gonna get an interest rate, but on top of that, they're gonna make their commission and that rate's gonna be on top of that finance rate, so you want the lowest rate. Hit the link, make them fight for it. You don't give nothing away for free. There you go. The next one we're gonna quickly touch on, and this will be a quick one, is speeding. Guys, there's no reason to be speeding. Yes, we're all in a hurry. Yes, we're all paid by the mile, so we wanna get there and it's go, 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 go. But as I said earlier in this video, you know what, man? We're hauling 80,000 pounds around. We're 76 feet or 77 feet long. That's a lot of weight and a lot of responsibility. And if you're speeding and something happens and you need to stop, it's not gonna happen. A lot of the places we go, especially on a lot of the back roads, speed limits are, 40, 45 miles an hour. How many times do you got four-wheelers passing you because you're doing 45 miles an hour? Well, just because cars are passing you is not a good reason for you to take that up to 55, 60 miles an hour just because the cars are doing it. You know what? I've seen it happen. I've not been involved in it, but I've been there when it's happened. I've watched a truck barreling down a country road, speed limit's 45 miles an hour. A dog and a kid come running off the end of that driveway. Now the truck swerved and missed him, but if he wouldn't have been speeding, he wouldn't have had to. He'd been able to come to a quick stop. So just watch your speed. It's not necessary, and it's not worth, A, it's not worth the ticket, and B, it's not worth taking the chance of killing somebody or yourself. So watch your speed, keep your speed down. And the last one we're gonna quickly talk about, and it's probably one of the biggest no-nos nowadays, no-nos. We don't text and drive. We don't play with our phones or our devices while we are driving in a truck. If you are doing it, you're an idiot. Stop doing it. We're seeing more and more accidents occurring from texting and driving, and even more so of guys in their trucks with, say, an iPad or a phone. They'll turn it sideways and they're watching a movie or they're looking at YouTube. If you can't wait to get where you are to get parked before you have to watch a movie, then you know what? Get off the road. I don't want to be on the same road with you. I don't want my wife and my children in their cars being on the same road as people like you do if you do that. Eventually, it is going to come back and bite you in the ass. All it takes is a split second. You look down, you look here, you look up, bam, your life is over, or the life you had or is over, and you will be doing so. You'll be breaking rocks somewhere. Okay, you kill somebody because you were looking at a phone or you were playing on a device. You are going to jail, and it is a long term, man. I am telling you, it will not be good, and you will not enjoy yourself. You will not be wanting to drop the soap. Let me put it that way. Perfect here. Get the fucking hair. Makeup. Ready? Action. So another one that just came to mind, it's your CB radio. Now, myself personally, I love my CB radio. I talk to guys, I run down the highway with guys, I use my radio. But how many times are you sitting on, and this happens all the time. I guarantee you, by the time I leave here today, it's gonna be rush hour and I'm gonna be on the 401 going home. I will be sitting in my truck and there is going to be a radio Rambo. You guys all know the guy I'm talking about. He'll be sitting out there because he's sitting in traffic, he's impatient, he'll start chirping off on the radio. This and that, F this, MF that. Next thing you know, all it's gonna take is one guy to say something to him, And next thing you know, and I know every one of you has heard this. Oh yeah? Well, why don't you just pull over right now and we can talk about this in person? Now, mind you, I've heard 1,000 challenges. I've yet to see one of you guys do it. And if you do, seriously, oh man, let me know. I want to film it. That would be beautiful. I'd love to see 2 truck drivers pull off the side of the road because they were lipping off on the CB and they're going to go duke it out. But that's just a side note. If you can make that happen for me, hook me up, would you? Yeah, the Radio Rambo guy. If you are him, knock it off. Nobody wants to listen to your crap. If you're not him and you're like me and you just like to use your radio and chatter to friends and talk and whatever, hey, go for it. So there you have it. There's a couple of common courtesies of while you're driving in a big truck. Things to look out for. You know what? Do us a favor, would you? Hit that subscribe button, pound that like button, and turn on your notifications. I'm getting a little tired of this place. So let's get out of here. Done. See ya.